The Wall Street Journal reported this week that Israel has promised America that it will not target Iran's nuclear sites. Now, that's a clear departure from most of the YouTube non-expert thought. It could also be smoke and mirrors. But if I had money to bet, Israel isn't going to be striking Iran's nuclear sites. I'm pretty sure that's what that means. They did say, though, that they would go after legitimate military targets. And I'm not exactly sure how Israel will pull this off. As we've mentioned here before, Israel's very reliant on the Air Force, but then again, so is America. But it's a much smaller Air Force in comparison. And at least on paper, they only have 7 tankers, fuel tankers. The F-35, F-15, those would be the 2 main jets Israel uses in their Air Force. I think they do have some F-16s, but those would be... It'd basically, if the Air Force went, it'd probably be just about everything would go. And the thing is, they would have to have fuel transport. You know, if they'd have to fill up from a tanker to get into Iran to bomb targets, and then on the exit they'd have to fuel again to make it back to Israel. This would be every aircraft plus the air tankers. It would be quite the operation on a very small Air Force. Now, we know Israel has a Navy. It's not much of a Navy, but what they have is very advanced. It's very little, but it's an advanced Navy. It's believed they have submarines, but in my lifetime, I can't ever recall a time when Israel actually used a submarine. It's believed they have a submarine, so in theory, maybe they sold submarines over, into the Persian Gulf area, quite possibly, and they're just sitting there quiet. And if any of that stuff's true, then possibly they'll launch some of their versions of a Tomahawk missile at targets or something. However, the fact that it's taken this long makes me think, in comparison to what Iran has done twice to them in a row, it's probably not actually going to be that large. And yet at the same time, I hope it's really big. But it doesn't seem like it's going to be very large. Don't get me wrong, I didn't expect there to have an immediate response anyway, because after all, the reality is Israel would have to plan this attack. And being that, they can fly, for example, in comparison, they can fly anywhere in Lebanon and back to a base with impunity of, times however many bombs they have. They can't do that in Iran. It's an in and out kind of thing. And then back home you go, right? So I don't know what they're going to be able to do. I'm thinking it should be big, but I'm starting to think that, one, in planning, and two, the fact that it is basically an in and out type thing, I don't think it's going to be that big. But anyway, leave your thoughts in the comments. Talk to you later. Have a good day. Bye.